Hello guys and welcome back for the May JRPG News Roundup. We start with the Falcom news as always. On the merch side of things, Argrayan continues the lineup of Divine Knights getting the Moderoid treatment. It's now released, but you can purchase it on AmiAmi for 7,900 yen. Sky First Chapter has had its Japanese limited edition revealed this month. It's called the Bracer Box and comes with a 400-page encyclopedia, a pin, mini soundtrack, the Bright Family Memorial Album and DLC. In addition, the retail bonuses are also now available from various stores. Falcom have also put up pre-orders for this neat rocking and shot glass duo based on the East series, 1,600 yen for each one, and releases in June this year. There are some more figures on the way too. Adol, Estelle and Joshua are all getting one as part of the Revoltech line. Now, Revoltech figures are the figures that have these joints, so you can pose them however you want. They're not really my thing, as I'm not a fan of joints on figures. They just kind of take away from the overall beauty of a figure for me, but they do have an audience. No further information was given on these. Pinbox have stated that their recently announced Bracer supply box will have an addition if you're lucky. 3 of them will be signed by Toshihiro Kondo, 1 for a pre-order, 1 for the archive, and the final one has been left in mystery up till now. Lastly, a new Falcom licensed storefront launched this month known as the Bracer Guild. They've got shirts, plushies, coasters, keychains and some pre-order bonuses in celebration of that launch. Though, there was also a funny story linked to it as well, and just illustrates the degeneracy of the internet at times. The site has a TOOS that supports the shopping experience, but some people had been communicating with it as if it were a dating sim. Sounds like harmless fun, until you realise that someone has to see these chat logs as well. That poor mod probably wanted to burn their eyes out. On the developer side of things, Mastiff have announced that they would be open to porting Falcom title Gurumin A Monstrous Adventure to Switch, though that would be subject to fan demand. Cold Steel 3, 4 and Reverie are releasing for PS5 in Japan come August the 21st. The Famitsu articles are now releasing for the upcoming release of Sky First Chapter. This month we got a host of new rendered art for the additional cast members, plus Falcom released the opening cutscene of the game to give a little taste of what's in store. Falcom have also confirmed that the Japanese versions of Sky First Chapter on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch will not have English support, only the gung-ho versions will have that. The same holds true for the Clouded Leopard Entertainment PC port, which is for Asian regions, that will also not support English. This remains consistent with the previous releases, and it's not surprising that this has continued despite the simultaneous world release. Clear River Games, the company that are distributing the game in EU regions, have also stated that there will be a big announcement for Sky First Chapter on June the 3rd. To the general JRPG news now, starting with merch. Kodoka has stated that an anime adaptation of the 100-line Last Defense Academy could be on the cards if the game sells well, though it will be interesting to see what they adapt considering how big the game is with its multiple endings. Sanful Interactive have announced that they are considering the production of an SGA plushie in light of Clair Obscure's success. An official art book is on the way, releasing in 2025 most likely, and they also announced the Monolith set in response to how quickly the original collector's edition sold out. It contains all the physical editions from that set but won't include the game. So for £100 you're getting the Monolith music box, steelbook and art book. It will ship in January 2026. Vanillaware have got another figure on the way. The 1/7 scale of Rosalinda is now up for pre-order at 22,000 yen, releasing December 2025. Konami have stated the upcoming Suikoden 2 anime will not fit into a single season, so probably expecting 2 rounds of 12 episodes, maybe even 25 episodes per season, depending on how much they want to put in. We round out May's merch roundup with Square Enix. A Final Fantasy IX acrylic stand set is up for $52, releasing September 2025, and you can also pre-order this really cool VV mug for 2,800 yen. It ships in October this year. To the developer updates now, and we will be starting with Square. There was a little misunderstanding at an event in Naples this month concerning Yuji Horii and a Chrono Trigger remake. At first, it seemed that the JRPG legend had leaked the news, but it was a mistranslation at that time. Horii, however, came back later on and reiterated that he is looking to do a remake from the 1995 classic, so it's definitely not off the cards. Square Enix and TBS Television have announced a collaboration for a new IP game. No further information was given. Square have also consolidated previous reports by going further into their 3-year plan of quality over quantity, as they have stated that multi-platform development is a focus going forward, with Switch 2 being at the forefront. Speaking about Switch 2, Hamaguchi has stated that the Final Fantasy VII Remake series will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. This follows on from Part 1 being announced last month, so there's clearly plans to get the rest on the platform. Square confirmed once again that Dragon Quest III HD 2D exceeded expectations commercially, so well in fact that it brought console and PC divisions back to profitability. And finally for Square, we at least got a little update on Kingdom Hearts 4, which had been radio silent for a fair amount of time up till now. It wasn't much, just some screenshots, but it's better than nothing. Sega are up next, and they have stated that Atlus were the highest contributor to sales in fiscal year 2024, with Unicorn Overlord also getting a special mention for strong repeat sales. And Atlus themselves have been doing well as an entity. The Persona series has sold 3.6 million copies since April last year. Even though this was a decrease on the previous year, it's understandable considering Persona 3 Reload released back in February 2024, which boosted the sales for that financial period. These are still strong figures though, and does represent commercial growth year on year when omitting the new release. But if we're talking about new releases, then it looks like there was also confirmation of the Persona 4 remake this month. In March, a domain name was registered under P4R, which is the same as what occurred for Persona 3 Reload, and now Yosuke's previous voice actor Yuri Lowenthal has stated that he will not be returning for the remake. In other words, it's probably happening. Level 5 are up next, and more information has been given on the departure of Keiji Inafune, who recently left the company. The subsidiary he headed, Comcept, has since been dissolved, with all of its projects, including Fantasy Life Eyes, shifted over to Level 5 Osaka, and this was one of the main reasons why the game was delayed so heavily. The game has since released though, and has done very well, selling 500,000 units in 2 days. It's a much needed win for Level 5, who have been struggling as of late. To Sandfall Interactive once again, and Clair Obscur has since eclipsed 3.3 million units sold 33 days after launch. I mean, really? I don't doubt the numbers, but that's a heck of a coincidence. No plans are currently in the works for DLC for the game, though you can listen to its excellent soundtrack on YouTube as of now. Monolith Soft have shared a brief glimpse into their creative process, stating that they are working on a new cityscape generation system which they hope to implement for their next title. The idea is that developers can place grey boxes where they want, and the city will develop around that, allowing the team to focus on more pressing areas of the game. Shift Up have shared in a recent report that they are planning a sequel to Stellar Blade by 2027. Makes sense considering the first game's commercial success. Konami have stated that sales for the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster set were extremely strong in a recent livestream, though they didn't give specific figures. And the developer updates this month will end with Tokyo Games and The Last Defense Academy. Kodaca has given plenty of information on the game, in particular that there are no plans to port it to other platforms at present. He also confirmed that due to the sheer size of the game, which had enough text to fill 60 paperback novels, some countries outright rejected localization. This hasn't dampened its appeal though. Kodaca has shared that the game is selling well, with Last Defense Academy being the best-selling game in Japan for the 2 weeks since its release. We end the May roundup with upcoming releases, and we'll start with some cancellations. Mobile title Tribe 9 is ending service in November, that will be 9 months after service began, and Kingdom Hearts Missing Link has also been cancelled, most likely to focus on Kingdom Hearts 4. A few visual novels and adventure style games next that I feel could be interesting to the JRPG crowd. Otome visual novel Despera Drops is releasing on PC for May the 27th. Romance visual novel Da Capo Retune is releasing October the 30th for Nintendo Switch and PC. Fantasy visual novel Fate Hollow Ataraxia Remastered is releasing in 2025 for Nintendo Switch and PC. Horror adventure game Corpse Party Tetralogy Pack is releasing August the 7th for Japan only for Nintendo Switch. Farming simulation game Tales of Seikyu has released this month in early access for PC. And multi-genre adventure game Shuten Order is releasing September the 5th for Nintendo Switch and PC. And lastly, the upcoming RPGs, and I want to give a quick highlight to a friend of mine, Taylor, also known as The Gaming Shelf, who has since released his showcase of indie titles as part of an event called Indie Quest. If you're a JRPG fan and are looking for the odd hidden gem, that is a great video to check out. As for other games, Dungeon RPG Quintessential Princesses, Fantasy, the Abyss and the Magic Academy is releasing September the 18th for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch in Japan only. Action RPG Magical Librarian Ariana, The Books of the Seven Heroes is releasing August the 21st for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch in Japan only. Fighting game Ys vs Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga is releasing this summer for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Action RPG Fallen Fates has been announced with no release date for PS5, Nintendo Switch 2 and PC. SRPG Flamecraft has been announced with no release date for PC. Action RPG Silver Palace has been announced with no release date for console, mobile and PC. MMORPG Blue Protocol Star Resonance is releasing in 2025 for PC and mobile. Deck Builder RPG Shuffle Tactics is releasing June 24th for PC. Dungeon RPG Yorugakuru Square of the Moon Remastered has released this month for PC. Dungeon RPG Mado Monogatari Fear and the Wondrous Academy is releasing July the 29th for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. Action RPG Stellar Blade is releasing June the 11th for PC. SRPG Front Mission 3 Remake is releasing June the 26th for Nintendo Switch. Social Life RPG Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time is releasing on June the 5th for Nintendo Switch 2. It is already on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch and PC. Turn-based RPG Persona 5 The Phantom X is releasing June the 26th for PC and mobile. It's already at 200,000 pre-registrations. Turn-based RPGs Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D is releasing for PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2 and PC. A digital-only Erdrick collection of all 3 games will also be available at launch. And finally, turn-based RPG Trails in the Sky First Chapter is releasing on September the 19th for PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more JRPG content and consider joining my Patreon if you're interested. Peace.